Good morning KG2. Today we're going to be studying in Science Unit 6, Making Sounds. The lesson will talk about what are some sounds around us, where we live, okay? The objectives of this lesson is to identify sources of sound. The keywords you're going to be listening to a lot in the lesson is sounds, source, voice, loud and soft. Another thing I'd like to request, if you get a sheet of paper and write the keywords on the piece of paper. Okay, KG2? The words sounds, source, voice, loud and soft. Write them so you can practice them as well. Very good. Read the rhyme about sounds. Listen carefully. Raj hears with his ears, waves splashing and children laughing. Aisha hears with her ears, leaves rustling and birds chirping. What do you hear with your ears? Do you hear mum talking and dad snoring? Do you know what snoring means? Do you know snoring? When you go to sleep and you make this sound. That is snoring. Now, here we're talking about our senses, right? And it says here, how can I use my senses to discover the world around me? My ears can hear, right? So the sense of hearing are your ears. Now, I'm going to ask you something. Let's start the lesson with some critical questions. That means you have to think. Okay, KG2? I will not say the answer straight away. I will give you time to answer. Then I will say the answer, okay? Now, first question is, which sense do you use to observe sounds? What do you use out of your senses, the 5 senses, to hear things around you? What do you use? I'm going to give you an example. Do you use your eyes? Do you use your mouth? Do you use your nose? Do you use your hands or do you use your ears? Which one? Think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you guess? Yes, our sense of hearing. Very good. Right. Second question. What other sounds can you hear at the beach in the rhyme? Listen again. Go back to the rhyme. Listen to it. And you must answer these questions. Think now, what can you hear, do you think? If you look at the picture and you're sitting in that picture, if you're sitting there, imagine, close your eyes, look at the picture first, then close your eyes and imagine what you can hear if you're sitting in that picture. Think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any answers? Let's see the answer. If we're sitting in that picture by the sea, I can hear the waves of the sea splashing. The children are laughing because they're happy. They might be eating ice cream. They're playing in the sand, so they're happy. So they're all laughing. They're laughing. The leaves rustling. If there are trees around the beach, the trees are rustling means they're moving, and then when they bang together the leaves, they make a rustling sound. And the birds chirping, they're making a sound which the birds make. What does a bird do? It whistles sometimes and it chirps. That's the sound of the birds. And mom's talking, chatter, 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 they're talking together. And dads are sleeping on the beds in the seaside and they are snoring. And you make the sound now of snoring. I told you what the sound is of snoring. What are some sounds around us? If we are outside, okay, and there are some sounds which we hear. But what I want you to do now is, because you're KG2 and you're capable of doing this, I want you to imagine yourself sitting there in the park. There's a park, right? And answer these questions. What are some sounds around us? Get your sheet of paper and your pencil and write these sentences which I am going to read, and then you're going to read and write them, okay? Number one, we can hear the birds chirping. The second one, the teacher is talking. They're having a lesson outside, you see? They've come down the school bus, they're going on a trip probably, and the teacher is talking to them in the park, okay? So they're in the park and they can hear the birds chirping. Can you see the birds at the top? The teacher is talking. The children are laughing. The cat is meowing. Meow, meow, because the boy is stroking him. And who does that cat look like? Do you remember the name of my cat? It's just like my cat. Leo. It looks like Leo. And the last sentence is, the bus is rumbling, rum, rum, because it's moving. That's the sound of the bus. Right, now this is a sheet which will help you when you're doing your homework, okay? I will read the sound and the source. So the sound which that source makes, and the source is where it's coming from, okay? Now talking, the sound is talking and the source is teacher. Chirping, who chirps? Very good, the source is the bird. Rumbling, rum rum, the source is the bus. Meowing, meow, meow. Who does that sound? Where does it come from? The source is the cat. Laughing. Where does that sound come from in the picture? The children. Very good. What is a source of sound? Many things around us make sounds. Humans, that's us. Animals, you know what animals are. Non-living things make sounds, like the car, if we want to pip the horn of the car. A thing that makes a sound is a source of sound. That means where it comes from, the sound, okay? Where it originates from, which place it's coming, that sound. It can be from a human being, it can be from an animal, where it's coming from, the sound. That means the source. Can you make sounds with your voice and different parts of your body? For example, using your body, you can clap. The boy or the girl are reading Quran. They're using their voice. And the other boy is holding the Emirates flag and saying the national anthem of Aishi Biladi. He's using his voice and he's waving the flag. And when you wave the flag, it makes a little sound as well. Sounds in school, in the classroom, right? Classroom now. The teacher is talking. The students are reading, right? In the classroom, look at the picture. They're reading. One is reading a story. The other one is writing about something they're discussing, and the teacher is talking to the girls. All these are sounds. Now we're in the school, and sounds in school, but we're in the canteen where we eat and they give you food in a canteen, okay? So the words you're going to listen to now are food, chew, popcorn and pop, and many other things if you want to see. Look at the picture and think carefully. You know what you can hear as well? If you see the lady pouring the milk in her cup, you can hear the sound of pouring. You can also hear the sound of the knife and fork on the plate. And you can hear the sound of maybe the chair. When the boy moves his chair, he wants to get up. All these are sounds you can see and hear, you can hear in the canteen. Sounds in school, in another place now, in the playground, when you're playing. The trees are rustling, the children are laughing, the boys are playing with the ball, so you can hear the kicking of the ball, and you can also hear the girl with the jumping the rope, okay, the hopping, she's hopping, and you can hear her feet hopping when she's jumping over the rope. Skipping, sorry, as well it can be. In this slide, in this picture, this can help you as well with your homework now, okay? The 3 places, says here, place in the school, sound I hear, source of the sound, where it's coming from, okay? So, the classroom now, we're talking in the classroom. The sound you can hear, or the sound I hear, is talking. Who's talking? The source, the teacher. Reading, where's the source coming from? The place is from the students. Now, the next one is canteen, right? The place in school is the canteen. Sound I hear, I can hear chewing. The source is from the food. I can hear popping. The source is from the popcorn. Now, if I'm in the playground, the place, I'm in the playground. The sound I hear is laughing. Where's the sound coming from? The children. The rustling sound I hear is coming from the trees. If you go over these, you will find out the answers for your questions in your homework sheet. Right, KG2, for your science worksheet for homework, also I need you to write your name again, the class, KG2, which KG2 are you, and the date. You practice all these, it's better for you. Unit 6, making sounds. That's what our homework's about. Remember? Right. On the YouTube channel, you can go back again to do your homework. Now, lesson A, what are some sounds around us? Listen carefully. What sounds do you hear in the picture? Draw a line to match each sound to the correct source. Next here. Look, you've got the sound and you've got the source. And remember, you saw the picture on the video, right? And it shows you everything with the sound. Okay, so look at the sound and then the source. Talking, I'll read the sound for you. Sound, you've got talking, chirping, rumbling, meowing, laughing. And the source is bird, teacher, cat, bus, children. You have to match with a line. Just make a line. But go back to the video and your sentences which you wrote. It'll be very easy to do. Number 2, write down 2 different sounds you hear in each place. Remember? Then write down the source of each sound. Now, the place in the school is your classroom. What do you hear? The sound you hear in a classroom. Remember? Or go back to the video. If you're in the canteen, remember? What sound do you hear and where does it come from? And the playground. Where do you hear the sound and from where is that sound? Think carefully, don't do it fast, go back to the video and you'll do it all right, inshaAllah. Right, KG2, for your science worksheet for homework, also I need you to write your name again, the class, KG2, which KG2 are you, and the date. You practice all these, it's better for you. Unit 6, making sounds. That's what our homework's about. Remember? Right. On the YouTube channel, you can go back again to do your homework. Now, lesson A, what are some sounds around us? Listen carefully. What sounds do you hear in the picture? Draw a line to match each sound to the correct source. Next here. Look, you've got the sound and you've got the source. And remember, you saw the picture on the video, right? And it shows you everything with the sound. Okay, so look at the sound and then the source. Talking, I'll read the sound for you. Sound, you've got talking, chirping, rumbling, meowing, laughing. And the source is bird, teacher, cat, bus, children. You have to match with a line. Just make a line. But go back to the video and your sentences which you wrote. It'll be very easy to do. Number 2, write down 2 different sounds you hear in each place. Remember? Then write down the source of each sound. Now, the place in the school is your classroom. What do you hear? The sound you hear in a classroom. Remember, or go back to the video. If you're in the canteen, remember what sound you hear and where does it come from? And the playground, where do you hear the sound and from where is that sound? Think carefully, don't do it fast, go back to the video and you'll do it all right, inshallah.